It's Madden NFL 23, and we've got a showdown in the AFC South. It's the Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
Originally opened in 1995 at Jacksonville Municipal Stadium when his franchise entered the NFL. We welcome you to Jacksonville and TIAA Bank Field. Today, it's a good matchup in the AFC South between the Tennessee Titans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
The punter, Logan Cook, set to start the proceedings, and we are underway here in Jacksonville. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Here comes the Tennessee offense, and you see Ryan Tannehill leading them out.
And one of the things that has really impressed me about Ryan Tannehill has been his perseverance. Early in his career, didn't have the success that he desired. Had some injuries that slowed his development, but he kept working at his craft, and now he's a guy that I think you can put a game on his shoulders.
Let's go.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. They'll run it again with Henry. And no luck at all to start this drive, as they're going to drop him behind the line for a second straight play. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
You can bet they're not going to go away from the running game anytime soon, but this is obviously not a good start. 2 carries, 2 runs, both stop for a loss.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Here's Tannehill. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here we go on 4th. Tannehill. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And incomplete on the deep ball. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. 4th and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the first half, decided if there was a time to be aggressive, now was it, because there's still time to make up for it if things don't go right. Of course, a lot of questions on this one, and look, I want to go for it as much as anyone.
But 4th and long?
Yeah, I don't think I would have there. That one seemed a little bit on the irrational side.
Fans might be a little angry at that one.
On the set. Ready to go.
They'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Here's Robinson again on second down. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Able to complete this to Chenault. And he is going to have a Jags first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. But they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert it.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Robinson gets the toss on the right side. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Here's Robinson again on 2nd down. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. They'll run with Etienne. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Travis Etienne punching it in from a yard away. And the Jaguars are on the board first here this afternoon. Ryan Santoso now for the extra point. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. That time a 6-play drive. And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Well, he thought about coming out, but instead he does go down to a knee. And they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Titans coming back onto the field for their 2nd drive. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. See if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out.
That's interference. Defense.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? He was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
And if you're looking for proof of his speed, Next Gen Stats shows that he was traveling just over 21 miles an hour there. Now Mike Vrabel going to tell the offense to go for 2 here. Tannehill looking to throw. And it's caught. He's got it. So they go for 2. They convert, and along with it, they'll take an 8-7 lead. Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. Second down and a run by Robinson. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Give them 3 yards there on the first down pickup.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On third down, Lawrence. Man open, here is Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 49-yard line. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. 30. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So the coach putting the blitz on, and remember, that coach, former defender in this league. He loves this.
Yeah, they love to see it happen because I think they just have that flashback about when they were playing, right? That's what we were taught. That's what we did. And they've used that same impact with their own teams and do the same type of teaching.
First down carry for Henry. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop the jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Derrick Henry. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Titans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, he scrambled outside of the pocket, wondered what was going to happen there. He fired a dart. That's what happened.
He certainly did. Scrambled left, looked left, and then left it in the receiver's hands with some dispatch.
In the receiver's hands, in the end zone for the score. Now Mike Vrabel going to tell the offense to go for 2 here. Tannehill going to throw for it. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So 2 successful two-point tries now for them.
And you know what it does? It gives you a boost, a huge one for your team because, hey, you're dominating them now. They can't stop you either scoring touchdowns or two-point conversions. But how about the defense? You don't know what to do at this stage. You can't stop them in any direction.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now. Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. We've seen that before. Jeffrey Simmons making a stop behind the line.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Lawrence. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Dancing to his left. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lock behind it. Wow. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Out to his left. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And he's got room. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 56 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Well, they're making a real first quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, it's Henry. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 31 yards there and a first down.
And it is still early, just the first quarter. But you start prorating the numbers, and we might be in for some history. I mean, that last run puts him over 100 yards already, and we've still got 3 quarters to go.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Now it's Tannehill. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Henry will score. Touchdown, Tennessee. So a great second as he's able to stay upright and get into the end zone.
I think not just a second effort. I think their third effort was what got them in. Maybe possibly their fourth.
Yeah, whatever it was, he was not going to be denied. Now Mike Vrabel going to tell the offense to go for 2 here. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 is successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So certainly a defensive mistake here in the first quarter, getting hit with a roughing the passer call.
And that hurts not just because of the yardage you gave up and give them a fresh set of downs, but that brought the home crowd into this one. And when you go on the road, your job is to silence the crowd, not energize them.
Flushed out right, and he'll just get rid of it.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes, because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Robinson, he'll try the left side. And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down.
10, opposite. Way to go.
Lawrence will throw. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. yards is the pickup there for number 17.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Robinson up the middle. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
A dime look defensively here for the Titans on 3rd. Now Lawrence to throw. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. They bring the pressure as he gets this one away. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They begin with Henry. 115 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Second down, they go again with Henry. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And that's the big fellas that motivate them. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Inside handoff, Henry. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
And some room to work. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry. What is going on here? 4 first-quarter touchdowns. Unbelievable. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Boy, I got to say, I don't know how he made it all the way to the end zone without going down. What a run.
Absolutely incredible that was, because defensively you're taught to break down, wrap up. But in this case, he didn't really allow it, and really no one was able to slow him down enough for the extra help to get there. He just kept getting out of tackles all the way downfield and found the end zone.
Now Mike Vrabel going to tell the offense to go for 2 here. They'll try and throw for it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line. Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. He'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Lawrence. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot, force the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that he can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays, too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's Lawrence to throw. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now he's going to let it go deep left side. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Henry up the middle. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Tannehill able to take off and pick up the 1st as well.
On 3rd down, the defense decided to blitz. A very good job of recognizing it, stepping away from the pressure, and finding open space to scramble and pick up a 1st down. Ball up
out to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Wow, 213 yards rushing for him now on the afternoon as he just continues to pummel this defense.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. He was brought down by Foyesade Oluwakin.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave him no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Running from the gun with Henry. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Two things to watch. First, his strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 38-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat and break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
Again to Henry. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll try the air now with Tannehill. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Titans are able to add on to their first half lead. And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Now Mike Vrabel going to tell the offense to go for 2 here. Here's Tannehill. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Lawrence, throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And he'll just get rid of it. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Lawrence heads off, and Ryan Santoso, the field goal unit, on now for the Jacksonville field goal try. Up and good for Santoso. And they knock that deficit down for 29 to 26. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, Carter, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Derrick Henry and the rest of the Titans offense about ready to roll again. You see the numbers, all those carries. If you get that many carries in the drive, you better finish it with a touchdown, and he did.
Yeah, and deservedly so, right? Because we've seen times like the Carolina Panthers, sometimes Jonathan Stewart to carry the ball all the way down, and then Cam, he's such a great goal line runner, he'll carry it in. But in this case, though, that didn't happen. The fellow lugging the load, he's the one who got to reap the reward.
Yeah, there was no touchdown vulture here. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right of the yard.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
On first down, Tannehill airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And it's a Titans touchdown. Robert Woods, 43 yards. And the Titans have got it on cruise control. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. And a little quarterback draw option works to perfection for him.
Yeah, it's hard to account for the quarterback in most situations on defense, and that's why the quarterback draw is so successful. Everyone else covered, makes a little fake, runs into the end zone.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Fields it right around the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Back to Robinson now on first down to the 43, second down.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Again, it's Robinson. Oh, able to avoid him. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 45 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
From midfield now, Lawrence. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lawrence. Completes it to Evan Ingram. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram, 50 yards. And the Jaguars get a bit closer.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point up and good from Santoso. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? Second quarter, and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play. But sometimes it's okay to dream big because
I'm focusing on the fourth quarter already.
Listen, I don't blame you, though, because we could be witnessing some type of history here, and it's being done by him and, of course, the big guys up front who are creating the holes for him to run through.
Yeah, they've all been good so far. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Tannehill. Eight yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Tannehill with a play fake to Henry. He'll throw instead. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tannehill. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. Room here to run. 20, 10, 5, touchdown Titans. Derrick Henry, 58 yards. And the Titans extend their lead yet again.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Now Mike Vrabel going to tell the offense to go for 2 here. Tannehill looking to throw. And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
A gain of 3, second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. ETN up the middle. And some room to roam now. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down.
That's a lovely run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
On first down, Lawrence. That's caught. It's Dan Arnold, the tight end. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try waiting to the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Lawrence. Here's a screen for Robinson. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. 2nd and 2. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Steps away to his left. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Opposite. Alert, alert. Kill. Check.
Now Lawrence. Able to complete this to Chenault. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 18. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Throwing again here. It's Lawrence. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And the Jags are going to be set up with a first and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Ready?
They'll run with Robinson. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Now Lawrence. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on third down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Lawrence heads off, and Ryan Santoso, the field goal unit, on now for the Jacksonville field goal try. Up and good for Santoso. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Cannon now elects to bring this out. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Trayvon Walker makes the tackle. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everyone, to our brand new studios here in downtown Orlando in the EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, let's run through the next-gen stats for the Titans in that first half. And they have been utterly unstoppable in the running game. Their numbers off the charts for one half of football. Simply incredible. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they didn't have quite the same kind of success running the football, but still, not bad for one half of play. With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Yeah, Coach, certainly no shortage of action in those first 2 quarters. Definitely got to work on my touchdown calls, so we'll see how much voice I have left for the second half here. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late.
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw. Finds his tight end Ingram. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. It feels pretty condensed. But that was really well designed there. And they're able to...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Amani Hooker. And the Titans are going to have it here at their own 15. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the 3rd. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Tannehill. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Off play action, Tannehill. Airing it out deep for Woods. And that almost their first INT of the ballgame. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man covers were so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. On the move to his left. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 28. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
A 1st down carry for Henry. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. To throw is Tannehill. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Ryan Tannehill. 12-yard touchdown run. And the Titans just continue to roll. A familiar refrain. A turnover leads to a touchdown, and that lead grows even wider now here in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I'd say there are a lot of grins breaking out on that sideline because, let's face it, they came in thinking they were in for a real fight in this game, but this one's been about as one-sided as we've seen in a while. In addition, if you're a backup, time to start stretching and loosening up. You may get some playing time in this one.
Now Mike Vrabel going to tell the offense to go for 2 here. Tannehill going to throw for it toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody didn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Jacksonville set to go again offensively as this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
Now Lawrence. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
We always talk about receivers. If the ball hits your hand, you're supposed to haul it in, but it is hard to adjust to a pass thrown a little bit behind you.
That one was all the momentum going forward. Couldn't contort his body back to grab it. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Lawrence to throw. That's going to be caught by Kirk. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's the game lead. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Here's Lawrence. And able to find Kirk complete. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Jones. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Complete to Marvin Jones. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the 42-yard line.
Lawrence going to throw again. Connection made with Chenault. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 24-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. 1st and 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. Over the middle, he's got Chenault. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
From the 4, it's 2nd and a couple. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Trevor Lawrence with a hook up to Marvin Jones. And the Jaguars are able to at least get one score back. Extra point up and good from Santoso. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
At the 30-yard line.
Here you go, right here.
A shotgun handoff to Henry. Oh, it's Derrick Henry all alone. Past the 20. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry, 70 yards. And the Titans are pouring it away. Well, I'm just not sure what more we can say about him after that one.
We're certainly going to give it a try, aren't we? Because I believe we're watching greatness personified. It does not matter all game long where they've handed him the football. He's taken it and found the end zone. He is so locked into that so-called zone, I don't think they're going to get him out of it in this one.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. They'll look to throw. And they're just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Tried for Kirk, and he's got him on the crossing route. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Lawrence.
That's going to be caught. It's Chenault.
Touchdown, Jaguars.
Laviska Chenault.
64 yards.
And the Jags are able to claw one back.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Extra point up and good from Santoso.
So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field.
Still comfortably on top, third quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10.
They begin with Henry. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
And some room to maneuver. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Ryan Tannehill with a 2nd touchdown of his 3rd quarter.
And the Titans get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to their lead.
Well, you really talk about making something out of nothing. Boy, he did that like a
Obviously, that's important. You couldn't find anyone open downfield. But sometimes the receivers just run those defenders off, and it creates a wide open space.
Now Mike Vrabel going to tell the offense to go for 2 here.
Tannehill looking to throw. And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
Randy Bullock to kick off for the Titans.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence.
Open man is Kirk, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.